What's going on, everybody? Fall in, at attention. You are locked into another episode of the Husker Army Podcast, brought to you by the great folks right over here at Heard at Sports Network. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself today, but my God. All right, so let me let you know, if you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe. Really helps us out a lot in the algorithm. If you can, leave a comment. We'll get right back to you, let you know what's going on over here. Then, of course, as always, got to let you know about the merch. Take your butts over there to shop.heardatsports.com. Get yourself enlisted into the Husker Army Podcast with some merch. We got the dad and trucker hats, the beanies, the T-shirts, the stainless steel tumblers, and the coffee mugs. Hopefully going to be adding some hoodies or sweatshirts here soon. Really hoping so. So heard that. I'll be hitting you up about that very, very soon. So we'll get out of that. And then, of course, our guest today, everybody. I was so happy that these guys decided to join us. Francisco will be back, I'm sure, momentarily. He had a little technical issue, but we got Kelly right here joining us with Big Red Gets Real Podcast with Kelly and Cisco. How you doing, Kelly?
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me on this. I'm so excited. I love you all so much. And this is just, it's what we do, right? Let's talk Husker football shit. Let's talk about it.
We got it. See, that's the attitude I love right there, Kenny. Get right the hell into this shit, and we got to talk about it. We got to talk about another W, guys. 34-31, gritty win out there in College Park against a greatly improved Maryland team. My God, Kenny, I got to start with you, bro. It was that's what you call a barn burner, man. That is back and forth, and I think we may have seen a team that has turned a corner because for the second week in a row, man, that is a game they'd have lost. Past, we'd have lost.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I have to be honest. Yesterday, let me go back to this. Friday, I got my water heater put in.
Yes! Oh, finally!
So I haven't been saying much, but I've been without a water heater for 2 months because my house flooded. So they're still doing restoration and all of that stuff. So I kind of been just laying low. So last hot showers I had was September, the Michigan game when I was in the hotel. So that's that. So still moving stuff around, cleaning out closets. Once you start putting stuff back, you start throwing stuff out. So I was dealing with that. And I went and got a haircut because I haven't had one since the Michigan game. And because I'm like, I don't want to get a haircut and take a good shower and not feel fresh. That's here nor there. So I didn't watch the game until late last night.
This took like a sharp left turn.
That's why I love this guy, Kelly. This is why I love this guy.
Yeah.
It's until everything. But I was actually so impressed that they won when I watched it. Now, we're going to get into the nitty gritty in a minute. But normally in closets, you find stuff. Kelly, I mean, it's just what it is. So I was looking at my background. I said, that looks like a black guy with the number 6 on over there in the corner. That looks like me. Oh, wow. So I said,
shit.
Shut up.
So I said, well, what's going on? What's going on here?
You're not shitting.
What's going on?
You're not shitting. Oh, my God. I never even thought of that.
So I threw on my jersey today. Say, hey, let's get it going.
Shit.
No.
So let's get it on. If the camera focuses back, so I put on my jersey. Hey.
Oh, I love that. You know what?
Same jersey, same markings, everything.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Let's get it back.
What is wrong with me? How the hell?
Oh my God, that's
do
so
I
cool.
not see that?
Yeah, so we back, baby.
Holy shit! Oh shit! Kenny just said we're back.
So it was a good game. So I'm proud of how they fought through it. Defense was tested for the first time, really.
Yeah.
And they came through. So it was a good game, man. They pulled it out. Like you said before, Kelly, we would have all been sitting on the edge of our seats. And even with that minute something left, we were all still like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough Xanax.
How are we going to blow it? How are we going to blow it?
And then
that's it.
That play when that dude was wide open on the crossing on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Of course, we all didn't see it when the play happened.
Yeah.
But when they showed that replay, I said, oh, he could have skipped in that end zone.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would have been over. Fleming running just complete free whole defense flowing to the other side. And Kelly, it's like you said right before we started recording, though. If not for that pressure that D-line and the linebackers were putting on him on that play, he's looking back at that progression, if not for that pressure.
100%. Mm-hmm. He's looking back at that check down then. And truthfully, if you think about it that way, was that the most complete pressure we had seen at that
almost
point?
all game?
Almost all game.
Yes.
So interesting timing. But to your credit, a different Nebraska team, a different Nebraska coach, we lose that game, right?
Yes.
How many? Again, another one score win or loss, right? And this is why I said we have PTSD, and there's not enough fucking Xanax in the world that last minute on the clock. Like, not at all.
It's like that shirt. We almost always win.
Yep. Or what is it? From Anchorman, 60% of the time it works.
Every time.
100%. Yep.
I love it, man. We're gonna have you on way more often, Kelly, because you got the movie references. I mean, you know exactly where to go with this shit.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's the really critical information that's in my brain. Yeah.
Don't feel bad. Me and my wife are the same way. Exactly. My wife and I are the same way.
Yeah.
If I actually posted a picture of our entire DVD collection, people would be like, "Y'all need help. You got a problem."
I should take you back to see ours. That's actually how my brother and I communicate to each other. And I didn't share this with you guys. So back when we were in the Big 8 and the Big 12, my house was a really uncomfortable place to be because my mom is a CU alum.
Oh, shit.
Yes. And now my brother is a CU alum. And my sister is a Mizzou alum. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
What is going on?
What is going on?
That's crazy.
But when I was at Nebraska and I lived in Kearney, my mom's like the only CU fan around. So the TV station was at my house every Thanksgiving to do a story on the mother-daughter rivalry.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, wasn't much of a rivalry, but okay.
Nope. No, it wasn't.
Yep. So, I think about moments like that lead us into moments that we're in today, right? Because we have so much of those storied traditions that built fans like us. But I think about my kids, they don't know any of this shit. Yes. They don't know any of this. All they know is pain and heartache.
Yes.
They've never seen us be successful. Now, my kids have been indoctrinated since birth. So I have one that goes there, one that was going to go there, but then he got a scholarship elsewhere.
Not Iowa, right?
No.
Okay.
No. Fuck no.
Kenny,
he would never.
Do you hear how adamant she was about that?
No, he would never. That's kind of like an unwritten rule. Like, you're not going to Colorado, you're not going to Iowa, and you're not going to Texas. Like,
amen. Check off all three.
Check off all three, and that's it. If I wanted to be a dick, I'd throw Florida State in there and Miami in there from the 90s too. But I'm not going to be an asshole.
Oh, shit. I love it.
But that's part of the reason why I fucking hate Colorado so much right now, because Dion brought in whiny bitch baby Warren Sapp as one of his coaches. And I'm like, oh my God. You guys could not have scripted a better reason for me to hate you more than bringing in Warren Sapp.
Hey, you got Dion, Florida State, and he's at Colorado. Then you got Warren Sapp, Miami. You just named off three of your whammies.
You
got
whatever.
All right there. It's all right there. You can just check off every single box.
But the difference now in these games versus then is we had this confidence of, we're not losing this.
Yes.
We're not losing this. We don't have that confidence, even as a fan base. What player was it that said this week? Oh, it was Ja'Cory Barney. He's like, we're not dealing with this curse stuff is over. We're not doing this. It's over. And I really, truly think that they believe that now.
Kelly, I'm really glad.
Over these being on the other side of these one-score games where they're actually winning them instead of losing them, I see that mindset changing. But again, we don't have that level of confidence of we're winning this. It just doesn't exist right now. And it's Frost, it's Riley, it's Sean Eichhorst, it's Steve
Callahan,
it's Callahan, it's so much.
Oh, take your pick. There's so many that have just been stacked upon that you can't even just narrow it down anymore.
No.
And I'm really glad you brought up what Ja'Cory Barney said, because I actually pulled that for a graphic. So, Kenny, I'll show you what he said here.
Yeah.
And as Ja'Cory is kind of going off of, like, fans believing we were cursed. And I don't care what anybody says. As a fan, I believe we were for a little while. All right. I choose to believe that. But what do you have to say here? For the Ja'Cory Barney was quoted as saying, for the guys in this program, we're just tired of curses and all that. It's not curses. It's just us getting out there and playing the next play. At the end of the day, the coach can call whatever the players have to make it come to life. We just have to mindset now. So, I mean, he's basically just writing it off. He's like, we're tired of hearing about curses.
Yeah.
That's all in the past. The only thing I'll have to say to Ja'Cory is, I'm sorry, Ja'Cory, but when us fans believe this curse started, you may have just been born, young man. So you didn't know about any of this just yet. But if you could go back and watch all these years as to why we believe there was a curse, Ja'Cory, you may start to believe that there was a little validity to it.
Well, and truthfully, I mean, Riley had some mild success, but his losses were grave. Were huge losses. They were blowout losses. And I will never forget when he was hired. I was sitting in my desk at work at the office, and I'm sure the entire floor heard me. And again, I'm a realtor, so it's not really like an 8 to 5 type of office, but whatever. Anyway, I'm sure the entire floor heard me go, "What the fuck is this?" Because how are you going to go from a program like Oregon State with a 50% win coach and expect him to come to a storied tradition like Nebraska that has nothing but a tradition of winning, and that's what you expect?
Yeah.
And it was just such a boneheaded I-course move, and then he, upends our schedule to add in Friday games, and this, like, just a disaster. But I truthfully think the worst part of the curse was Frost, because he had the keys to the kingdom. To the kingdom. The storied Nebraska son from Wood River. He played for this team. He won a national championship for this team. He said it in his press conference that this was his dream job, but he needed the administration to be right. And that means that the chancellor needed to be gone and replaced. The AD needed to be gone and replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the right move, right? So because he got it, right? He got what it means to the state and what it means to the fans and even to the players, right? We don't have a pro team here in Nebraska. This is what we have. So I think that's the piece of the curse that I think really where the curse came alive and where it's the strongest. And I will tell you when I think it's where it was broken was the Akron game this year. Because it started for Frost, his first game against Akron, when the game got canceled due to rain and weather, the only time that it's ever been canceled in that stadium. And then we played Akron again this year.
That's very true. I'll go with that. And I was at that Akron game in 2018.
I was too. Canceled. I was one of the 10,000 people that stayed, and it was fucking awesome.
It was a great time.
It will never happen again.
No, never going to happen.
No.
And we were sitting there, and I'm like, there's no way that the first game for Frost is going to get canceled.
Exactly.
We've never had a game get canceled, for the love of God. And then it happened. And you're
everything
right.
Everything went like this.
Oh, God. You know how they used to make the joke with Callahan that, after he left here, he became a bobsled coach because nobody'd ever taken a team downhill that fast. Well,
wrong.
Frost came in and said, "Hold my beer."
Well, and really,
literally,
and the takedown with Callahan really happened because we went from this run offense of the option, right, leaving Solich. We went from this option offense to then all of a sudden this West Coast offense. We don't have the personnel for that. Like, you are talking at a massive personnel shift for this change in style of offense. And that takes at least a good 4 or 5 year recruiting cycle to get out of that.
Yeah.
To put it into place, and then to get out of it.
Yeah, and Callahan had a decent second year. It was that third year where I think we went 7-7 or something like that. And It was just like, all right, that's it. Yeah, 3 years.
Was he here 3?
That was only 3 years.
Or was it 4?
Yeah.
3 or 4?
It was just the 3. It was because Solich was fired after 03, right?
Yeah.
I think something
Okay,
like that.
so yeah. 04. Oh, God, was it 4 years? Did we suffer 4 years with Callahan's ass?
I feel like we had a good 4-year stint out of everybody.
Okay, and then maybe that last year he had in 07, that just was utter shit, and I can't remember it, and there's probably a good reason.
Yeah, because they brought Pelini in mid. We didn't finish the season with Bill.
Yeah, he was gone
Pelini
before
was
the final game.
Yeah.
Well, Pelini was our interim for the 03 bowl game against Michigan State, the Alamo Bowl. And then he left for, I think it was LSU, and they won their national title that year in 07. And everybody knew, since Callahan was already gone, that Pelini was coming here after that game.
Yeah.
So thank God they won the national title. It made it look so much better for him. So,
and that's our own fault. Like, Solich, 9 wins, gone.
Yep.
Pelini, 9 wins, gone. And really,
consistent.
Pelini's was all temperament, which I understand. But
yeah.
But then you go and that was Eichhorst's entire purpose, was you go from one extreme to the other. But at the same time, again, Eichhorst coming from Miami, I wouldn't expect a Miami guy to get at all what tradition means.
Oh, hell no. No.
Yeah, that's because a lot of those guys that do the administration at the University of Miami, even when you look at their documentary on ESPN, the 2-point series, they live in a totally different world than the individuals that play on that field. It's just night and day. I mean, it's the mindset, the attitude, the former players who built that. University of Miami wouldn't be University of Miami without that football team. And I think I'm glad, Kels, you said everything that you said, because it makes me smile at it. And I was just shaking my head and I was listening, because it's everything that I have stated and I have said. Verbatim, to the T, word for word, pretty much bar for bar. So it goes back to you saying when they signed him, I went the fuck ballistic. When they hired, first of all, I went ballistic when they fired Coach Solich, and then when they got the jackass. And his problem was he pretty much said, "Fuck everything."
Literally.
Fuck what happened before me. I don't
fuck
give a
in-state recruiting. Fuck.
I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't
fuck
care.
the walk-on program.
And he dismantled everything. When you're pulling down our pictures, and you don't care about what we've done and all this, and you trying to do your own thing, and you dismantle it. Also, you don't want us to care. Remember, Scott Frost came back for a little bit. Remember, he said something about that at the time when he was he's kind of like, hey, I mean, this is how bad that was. I don't think you guys understand. It was so bad that I came back. I forgot what I came back for, but I went to the stadium. This is a true story.
Oh, this when Callahan was there, right?
It's just after he was fired.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you, before that firing came out, Coach Osborne, I told you, Brian, before, sent us all an email. Like, this won't be tolerated. Because remember, Coach Osborne told him, you lose, blah, 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 blah. Remember, he kind of said something about it in the press conference, Callahan, where he was saying, and I think we're doing a good. Then we got an email before they even announced the firing. From Coach Osborne, blah, 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 blah. But it was so bad. I walked into the stadium, and I was like, hey, I just want to see the new stuff, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh, what's your name? And I was like, Kenny. And they were like, Cheatham? And I'm like, yeah. And the person at the window at the front on the West Side Memorial Stadium said, wow, all of you guys are coming back now. You guys weren't coming back. What does that tell you that players weren't coming back to that stadium?
And you didn't know that.
And I had no clue.
You didn't know.
No.
I didn't.
You were just coming back.
Yeah.
That was for, and they were like, wow. They were like, all you guys are starting to come back now since they fired him. And I went, wow, was that bad? And they were like, yeah. They were like, yeah. So
the interesting, I will be interested to hear your comment on this too, because I've heard this from a couple of people in regards to then the Frost portion of this was, if you guys remember, after his presser, he went into the weight room and all of his teammates were in there waiting for him. And he was standing there and he's like, thanks for being here, boys. We all know that this has been bad for a long time. Let's get it right. Let's get it together. And never once did he do it. Never once did he call on any of his brothers to come help him, to turn things around, to fix things. Never once did he do that.
Yeah.
And some of those guys, from my understanding, like had
reached out,
but also had, okay, let's just lay our cards on the table from the old teammates days. Let's get it all out so we can all work together to move forward. And never one time did he do it.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Is just I'm not a part of the brotherhood, but it's shitting on the brotherhood.
Yep.
Yeah. I heard that a lot.
Your fucking ass gets. Sorry, this is where the Italian comes out.
Go for it, Kelly.
This is where the Italian comes out. When your fucking ass sits up at that Big 12 media days and is like, "Don't take the wrong job." Go fuck yourself to hell and back, because you wanted every bit of this job. You wanted every part of it, but you couldn't handle being the king of campus. You couldn't handle all of the notoriety that came with it. And the amount of shit that I personally know, that you have done for you to sit up there, classic narcissist, and not take an ounce of accountability or an ounce of responsibility, and to put that back on Nebraska, just ignited the fire in me with him all over again. I had a couple of people, I think it was the first week of this season, when UCF was playing UNC and it was Belichick versus him. And I wrote on there it was something like that. And I wrote something like, from every Husker fan, go Heels, or something like that. And a couple of people came at me and they're like, wow, have some respect. He won you guys a national championship or this. I'm like,
yeah, and then drove our program farther into the ground.
First of all, respect is earned. It's not demanded. Number one.
Thank you.
Number two, talk to me when he runs your program into the ground, doesn't show up for recruiting visits, is drunk constantly, takes over golfing simulators from the golf team, can't put together cohesive thoughts, has to be driven home from donor lunches, and absolutely blows millions and millions of dollars, then you can talk to me. But if that hasn't happened to you, you have no idea. And the fact that the national media never talked about that tells me that that's really only a Nebraska thing that Nebraskans know. They're like, well, you guys just care about winning. You're stuck in the 90s. I don't give a shit about that. I give a shit that he came in as this prodigal son for us and absolutely shit on it. And then sat up there at his presser and was like, don't take the wrong job.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm right there with you, Kelly, because Kenny, we had a guest on this season that was within, the know within the facilities when Frosty was there, that Kelly.
Well, and Matt Davison is part of it too.
Yes, he was. And right there, Kelly, the person we had on while we were off camera, because I didn't want to bring it up on, everything you just said is 100% confirmed. So anybody thinking that you're just popping off, saying this bullshit, no. Everybody, what Kelly just said about him, that is all confirmed from people in the
100%
know.
True. People I know, 100% that have physically witnessed it with their own eyes.
And that's stuff that I knew, that I never said anything to Brian until
I know
the other person said.
Kenny, I can't thank you enough for never saying anything.
And then I was like, yeah. I mean,
well, and I think for me, kind of the last straw was the Aer Lingus Classic, right? And to hear that the partying and all of that stuff was happening there.
What an idiot.
Who the fuck kicks an onside kick in the third quarter and says, we had the game wrapped up?
Yeah, what was it? A 10-point lead at the time?
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah. By the way, you have found a way to Nebraska this situation in every single fucking game. You don't have shit wrapped up, at all.
Right.
Like, who does an onside kick in the start of the third quarter? Like, that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yep. Maybe he thought he was doing the Super Bowl thing. What the Colts did to the Saints. But you know what, Kelly? The thing about it, like I said, going back to everything you're saying, what pissed me, like Brian, and if you go back, I've never just trashed him because I won't, regardless of team. But I'll be like, but I'll never just go in how I could, because regardless, it's still my brother. But the thing is, Nebraska fans were so hungry, for all of this, to succeed in all of this, and all of these coaches, that it would infuriate and piss people like me off. When we're honestly like, no, like I said, the Mike Riley thing, I wrote something that was about 2 pages where I went scorched earth. But the good Lord told me, don't hit send. Don't hit send. I mean, I went ballistic from what are we talking about here to this guy trying to make excuses because he beat USC and because of Oregon, and you're talking about resources, and he's Oregon State. I mean, he's still part of Nike. He's up there. He's right. They still get stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I had friends that went to Oregon State, and his recruiting base is much more bigger being at Oregon State, because you had Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico. People forget those West Coast teams have this whole Utah. They have all of this locked in. All of those teams have that locked in. The Power 5 or whatever conference team have that locked in. So it was excuses, and I went ballistic. And then people, when you said something about him, someone literally told me, "Oh, you don't know anything about football, but I guess you didn't know who I was." And then shit. This is on Facebook in one of the groups. Like, what do you know about football? Give this man a chance. And you're just another fan. You're just another fan who never played and blah blah blah. And I just kindly went
put here.
I put reply with image, rings, photos. So I said, so you still want to have this conversation with me? And then
I bet that ended it.
They went completely silent.
Yep, that's what I figured. Yep, that's the end of that conversation. So
there was people who argued with me and would argue with us former players about that. There were people who would argue about us former players, even about Scott Frost when you criticize him. Like when the first year when he got that new contract, whatever that was, I was like, wow, I wish I can do something, be mediocre and get a new contract. And they're like, oh, Ken, blah, 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 blah. Then it's funny how all of these people, all of a sudden, he's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Like I said, that's the whole reason our podcast started in 2018, 2019 was because of that conversation around Scott Frost. That was the whole reason our podcast started. It's just interesting to then be on the other side of it, and you're like, shit.
It was day one. It was day one from his first press conference. Yeah. When he went in there and Brian, when he said something about those kids, I said that is unacceptable.
Yep.
I said, because what he's done is set the stage for fans and people outside of the program to believe that is what these kids are. We didn't go from getting these 4- and 5-star kids. Now, their work ethic might have been a little bit off under Coach Riley, which I heard from internal. That they were spoiled. Some of them didn't want to practice.
They didn't have lifting requirements. They didn't.
Yeah, they didn't have to do this.
You could look at it. Like our power on the front was non-existent.
Yeah, I had heard about all of this stuff. But for him to sit up there, oh, these kids are this and that already gives millions of fans and hundreds of thousands of fans an idea of what the kids are. So the moment he sees failing at his play calling decision and doing this, because remember it was Troy Walters the first year, he got rid of Troy. No, you're calling the play. No, I'm gonna release it. Remember I'm gonna release him.
Yeah, I'm gonna release
it. It was that's you. So if this kid's missing the block, oh, that's because of Mike Riley. How come a lot of these kids that Mike Riley recruited ended up being NFL players?
Yeah.
So they weren't bad.
Or after that first season with Frost, if they had stayed, they left through the portal.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And
they were all those Riley kids.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand, and they took it in. So he's always been reckless with his mind. And I've texted Brian saying he needs a PR person, because I don't think he realizes how it's coming out and how it's saying it. Maybe he does, or like we said, he's just so narcissistic that he doesn't give a shit. And I would be like, wow, he said that. Am I lying, Brian? I'd be like, he said that?
Yeah, what he said at his first Big Ten media days, he's like, you better get us now because you're not going to get us later.
I'm like, this
the Big Ten better be ready for us.
I'm like, this dude is talking spicy. Then to have those consistent failures, your play calling. I mean, we probably threw 1,000 swing passes.
Oh God!
It's
not like he didn't have the talent either.
Right. It was coaching in that aspect. I mean, I think he personally let Adrian Martinez go down the cliff.
100%.
Because he didn't coach him up, he didn't correct him, he didn't discipline. I would say discipline him, redirect him in a way that positive. I think it was just like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, no, you gotta, and broke his confidence. Because Adrian was a great quarterback.
And then Adrian got hurt in that Colorado game, and he never played the same ever since. Didn't play the same after that.
I think he shattered his confidence. So it's just good.
And I don't blame him for leaving to go to Kansas State. Don't blame him one bit.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's why he'll never be on here. Because now, to me, he's a Kansas State alum, not a Husker graduate. I'm sorry.
He's really not. So I have to tell you, was it last year or the year before, whatever it was, he did a garage sale here in town at his his fiance's house at the time, of all of his stuff that he didn't need anymore. There was Kansas State stuff. There was Nebraska stuff. It was mostly
I remember that.
I have some of his stuff upstairs because, as you can imagine, I was the first person in line. There were all of these cars parked on this street in Papillion, and everybody was just waiting in their cars. And I'm like, y'all are idiots. So I got out, and they had drawn the line starts here in chalk on his driveway. And I'm like, fuck this. I went and grabbed my blanket, plopped my blanket down, and sat first position. And then everybody else got out of their cars and formed their nicest guy on the planet. Made a couple of comments about how much he loves the Huskers and he loves the Husker fans. I really don't think that he is. I think he was handed a really, really shit.
Yeah. And I do agree with that.
And I don't think he would be in the NFL right now had he not left and done that last year.
I agree with that as well. I agree with that.
Right now.
Right. And see, that's how I feel about Adrian. Like I said, to me, it was one of those things where I'm limited when it comes to the once a Husker, always a Husker thing. To me, you've got to finish here for me to say that. Now, with Adrian, I completely agree with both of you. His talent got royally fucking wasted with Frost. Royally. He would have possibly been drafted into the NFL had he been anywhere else with any better coaching.
Yeah. Well, and I also think, too, there was a lot of the things that happened with the team in that year or in those years because of Adrian. I think Scott made a lot of fucking promises to Adrian and his parents. And you had a very talented quarterback room behind him. And they would never get put in. And I truly think that he lost sight of, it's not an I, this is a we. And do whatever the fuck you have to do to get the win. Get the win. If it's not working, you've got more quarterbacks that are just as talented in your quarterback room.
Pull him out for a series. You pull him out for a series. You see it happen on all levels. So we pull out for a series. Hey, what are you seeing here? This and that. Okay, when you go back in, let him get a series or two. But when you go back in, I need you to do A, B, C, D, F, and G. Exactly. So that's why I was going back to when he was making those mistakes. I don't think it was ever corrected.
No.
But I think his confidence was so shattered that it was like once it happened, it was just a domino effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it just would all go down. But I think, going back to Frost, I think him saying that at that Big 12 Media Day, my man.
That felt like the biggest middle finger on the planet.
That's what it was.
It was. It really was.
For someone that should have at least said, I'm sorry.
Yeah, shouldn't have said that or anything. Yeah. But that's him.
He couldn't even do that as a bare minimum.
That's
Can't
him.
take any responsibility.
He gets up there in front of the national media and he's like, don't take the wrong job.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault.
And then I'm supposed to have demanded respect out of me for him? No.
Right.
Sorry.
Tell people.
Nah.
You know the song by Shaggy, It Wasn't Me, is his favorite song.
Yeah. Oh, well, that tracks. That tracks. That tracks.
Yeah. All right. So full circle. We'll come back here. Holy hell. That was, you know what? Fuck it. That was fun. Holy shit. We start off talking about yesterday's game, and all of a sudden we've gone through every coaching change we've had since fucking Osborne. I fucking love it. Oh, shit. All right.
He does not look good, by the way. He does not look good.
Oz? No, I got it. His age is showing bad. Yeah. The eyes are looking bloodshot. I mean, yeah, God, it's going to be a real sad day when that comes.
This state will shut down.
Oh, probably. We did for Devaney. Why not Osborne?
We did for Devaney. Yep.
All right. So
anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. It happens all the fucking time on you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just looking at the stats real quick, some of them, like the time of possession, lost that. Obviously, we lost the turnover battle. The 3 interceptions by Raiola. Hopefully, we just saw the worst game of his career.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the first downs, the third down efficiency. I mean, they were, I think, a little over 30% on the season. Maryland was coming into this game, and they were just under 50% on third down in this one. So, and we were only 3 of 7. Yeah. So, holy shit. But we did get them in yards, 453 to 379. We had 260 on the ground to 249. Then, that's through the air, 260 through the air to 249. And then on the ground, we had 193 total to 130. So, I mean, it's the defensive secondary there. We finally, a quarterback kind of cracked the code for at least a game. But I expected that. I was waiting for that game to happen sooner or later this season. Somebody was going to get that.
It was a true freshman. It's interesting.
Yes,
a true freshman.
I'm just glad if it was going to be a true freshman, I'm just glad it was on the road in his house where he's more comfortable. So it would kind of make more sense if a true freshman is going to do that. But that Malik Washington, that kid's going to have a hell of a career, especially if he decides to stick with Maryland. My God, that kid's going to be good.
Well, and he wasn't really even at camp either. He was injured. He wasn't even at
crazy.
Camp.
That is crazy.
So he didn't have the opportunity to run a lot of these drills because he was injured for camp.
Wow. Okay. So Maryland's
that it's a true freshman that hasn't really had the experience that cracked our code.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I don't know, maybe it was the 6th game in the season. He was starting to see things better. Who knows? It could have been a myriad of things. Butler could have been using shit he hadn't tried all season. It just wasn't working. And like you said, didn't make the adjustments. But luckily, I mean, we're still talking about a win. You look at the job Emmett had yesterday. Holy shit. Well, first of all, we could not say any more nice things about Emmett on here that we haven't already said. We were lucky enough to have him on in the past. And what a great young man he is. He's deserving everything that's coming his way right now. So let's see. I think this is his right here. There we go. Yeah. 21 carries, 176 yards, just about 8.5 yards per carry and a long of 50. No touchdowns, but that's okay. He was the workhorse.
Yeah. He put that game on his back. And truthfully, I mean, that's Amir right there. Honestly, I think probably the best since Amir.
Channeled Amir on that run in the fourth quarter. That's for sure.
He put the game on his back, 100%. When you're averaging almost a full, fresh set of downs.
That's running we haven't seen out of Emmett, honestly, since probably week 1.
Yeah.
And that's not a knock on Emmett, Kenny. You know that from me, Kenny. I'm not knocking Emmett ever. That's kind of on the O line a little bit, but
100%.
You got to admit, Kenny, Emmett really came through, bro.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good, man, and I'm happy he did it. I'm happy he did it. I'm happy Emmett came through. I mean, he's carrying he made his cuts and he went.
Yes.
Like I've always told you. He
decisive.
made his cuts and he went. Yeah.
He made decisive cuts. It wasn't a lot of this like all the stutter step stuff.
No jitterbug.
Yeah, there was none of that. And really, I really appreciated his ability to kind of see the field. If that makes sense.
His ball carrier vision's gotten so much better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I love it. I really do. Emmett, I've been in that guy's wagon since day one. Ever since I saw what he could do his freshman year, I was like, holy shit, this kid's going to be something.
And he runs hard. He runs hard.
Very.
His stature reminds me a little bit of Pork Chop. You remember Pork Chop?
Yes, Corey Ross. Ross.
He got legs like redwoods. Yeah.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong. I mean, he's obviously definitely a little bit taller than Corey was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at those legs. Holy
and that's
shit.
what I think of, his legs. Yeah.
Oh my God. And then you get to see pictures of him during the offseason, his upper body and how much that's bulked up and improved. You're like, good God. And some of the hits he took yesterday, there's a lot of running backs that would have still been down and needing some assistance getting up. And he popped right up after all of them. I love Emmett. I love the kid to death. I really do. There's nothing else I can say about him except I love the kid. So and then you look at
a day. I was just going to say, Isaiah and Dane and Luke all had a day as well.
Hunter having already his career day with Nebraska, 5 receptions for 125 yards, 2 touchdowns, getting one of those on that jailbreak screen like he had the previous week against Michigan State. It was literally watching it, on replay, just in a different jersey this time. Instead of a red jersey, it was a white jersey. Perfect. I loved it. But he really spread it around, Raiola did yesterday. I think he went around 7 or 8 different receivers. You had Hunter going over 100, but then you had Dane Key, who had the game-winning touchdown there, which was only a 3-yard catch. But, hey, that's the most important 3-yard catch you're going to have there. So I loved it. Luke Lindenmeyer, what a catch he had for his touchdown.
On the sideline, it was a great play.
Got to admit.
Just the fucking wherewithal to be like, I got to get 2 feet.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. You only need one, Luke. You only need one, young man.
But he did. He touched 2, and he was like,
exactly. It's like, I got to show the NFL scouts I can do this at the next level.
I know.
And that's I got to admit, the day Raiola was having, hell of a throw by him there.
And think about Raiola not being here.
Oh God.
Think about him not been here because
our record wouldn't be what it is right now.
Correct.
We would not be 5-1.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't.
We wouldn't have had a bowl game last year.
No, we wouldn't.
It's crazy to think that guy, similar to Joe Burr, slipped through our fingers because of coaching. We would not be where we are without him.
Hey, like they said, you always got to go through hell to get to heaven.
Yeah.
Always got to go through hell. And I think Frosty Balls did that for us. We went through absolute hell. And we're starting to see heaven a little bit. The gates, the pearly gates are right there, folks, and they are opening wide, and it's looking beautiful.
You're not on the sidelines, but you can feel the difference for them when they're shorthanded, right? When they're under duress and we're on a short clock, right?
Yeah.
You can totally feel the difference, or even see the difference in their body language.
Yes.
Of how they respond to stress, or how they respond to being in that rebound position.
Yeah, you let 2 10-point leads slip away. You're down by 7 at one point. Then you're down by
21 points away in turnovers.
Yep. Exactly. You cannot do that. And I've got to ask real quick, Kenny, that second interception that Raiola had, that I swear to God he was trying to throw it away, but it didn't quite make it out of bounds. Do we need to worry about Raiola's arm strength as far as a deep ball? Because he really was trying to throw that away. There's no way you're going to convince me otherwise.
Honestly, I mean, I'm going to call it what it is. He played shitty yesterday.
Yes, and I think he'd agree with you.
Yeah, and I think he would say that.
I mean, he played shitty yesterday. And I think at some point, us as Nebraska fans need to stop coddling him on when he plays terrible, when he holds the ball too long, when he takes bad sacks. Granted, the line hasn't been the best, but when he does those things, he needs to be called out on it. I've always said I think he's more of a touch passer than what you would call a guy that just goes out there and throws hot missile darts.
Yep.
That's when it's on there and you say, oh, he threw that from this side of the field to the other side of the field. You know what I mean? Arm strength with getting it down the field, but if you ever notice, they're always lofted.
They're touch passes.
They're touch lofted with distance. They're not a zip bullet. You know what I mean? And you guys are watching enough football to where you've seen the bullet passes. I'm not saying he's this guy, but when you see, let's say, when you see Lamar Jackson, when you see a Josh Allen, when you see a Aaron Rodgers, when you see these upper tier quarterbacks, these Phillip Rivers are these ones, and all these guys, when you watch them throw the ball and it was zip down that field, that bomb didn't look like you're watching the ball go to get there. It was zip and it was there, boom, dropping in. So, I mean, he threw 3 picks. Could have been costly. We can look at it on both sides of the fence. That Maryland played good defense. They made great plays. but he needs to be a little bit more careful on those. I mean,
yeah,
like the one at Michigan State. At some point, you have to look at yourself and say, I shouldn't do that, and think of the other option of being, especially if you're outside of the pocket, is just throwing it out of bounds.
Yeah,
just throw it out. Or you should have enough wear on it. I need to throw this high enough.
Yes,
at least 10 to 12 feet to get out of bounds. You know what I mean? So
I'll say this right now, and this goes back to what you were just saying right there, Kenny, about him using the touch pass more than really trying to put some zip on it. Mm-hmm. That first interception he had, that is because he did not zip it in there. You go back and look at that replay. It's because he saw it there. He taps, and it's to the middle, but you could tell it is not with the urgency and the snap of the wrist that it needed to be.
Right.
Now, he did it later in the game in the fourth quarter. He really rocketed one. I forget who the hell it was to, but when he did it, I was like, holy shit, he threw a rocket.
Right.
Yeah.
And, I think it was to Harburg there toward the end on that final drive on the sideline. That Harburg pulled in.
Yeah.
Whoa. It was a laser. And I was like, finally, we saw it. But that first interception, I'm telling you right now, he zips that thing in there with everything he's got. That defender never got the chance. He never would have got there.
Well, and even on the other side of the ball for him, let's talk about him running it. His discernment as of late to just fucking go, dude.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was doing it in the first three games.
And I know that the comparison all the time is to Mahomes, but like you don't have to fucking throw it every time. You have the legs to do this. Run the goddamn ball.
Right.
He said he dropped weight this offseason, in order to be a little lighter on his feet and quicker in the pocket.
Doesn't look like it.
Thank you.
Does not look like it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he can't pick him up and put him down.
I think there was a couple of points yesterday that Forrest Gump came to mind, and I was like, run, you stupid son of a bitch, run! Like, maybe
that's what has to happen at home games. Instead of everybody holding up. Yeah, instead of everyone yelling stop and holding a sign, it needs to yell run and hold up a sign.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a thought. Kelly, great.
Oregon, the blind side. Enough with the trick plays, Bert. Run the dang ball.
Right.
Oh, God, that's another great movie. That's another good one. I don't care what anyone says. I know the story is shit now, and it's all been shit on whatever. Still a good movie when it came out.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
All right. Now, if you look at that final drive, I pulled this up actually, and you look at it from when it started. So there's 3:27 left in this game. And it's look, we're starting at our own 19. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And you look at the past. At this point, we're like, oh, this is over. That we're going to fuck this up somehow. There's going to be an interception, a fumble, a penalty at a crucial time. It's just going to fucking fall apart. But you started off with a 23-yard pass from Raiola to Lindenmeyer. That was an amazing one. So all of a sudden, we're from the 19 to the 42. First down. So then you get a 5-yard run from Emmett. Then you get the 33-yard pass from Raiola to Hunter, which, holy hell, I hope our producer Brock gets the highlight for that one in here, because that's the one he's fallen down on.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was putting it up for a prayer.
Yeah. It reminded me of that Tommy Armstrong loft from Kellogg. The Kellogg loft.
God. The Hail Mary to Northwestern.
The Hail Mary in the Northwestern game. And I was like, Jesus Christ, he fell to the ground. He lobbed that up with everything he had.
Yes, and that's a hell of a throw for falling down. Yeah. My God, that was like 20-some yards, about 5 yards on the dot. And then he got the extra like 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah.
So then you look at just a 4-yard run by Emmett. So now we're looking at 1st and 10 at the Maryland 20. There's a minute 54 left. So 13-yard pass. Minute 17 left. Down at the 16. Then we got an incompletion. Minute 12. Then the Hail Grace, Hail Mary, the Lord is with thee. We love you, Dane Key. Minute 8 left. Raiola hits Dane Key in the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown pass to go up. One-handed. It was one-handed too. Well, I mean, that was a great catch, great concentration, great placement by Raiola even. Mm-hmm. So that's another thing. I've got to give a lot of credit there to the whole offense on that final drive, especially the offensive line. You gave Raiola time when he fucking needed the time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which just begs the question, like, again, I go back to our clock management, which is coaching. How many times have we run a hurry up offense? How many times have we run those 2-minute drills, right? In this season, because we see when we do them on the rare side, we tend to have success with them because everybody's just firing on all cylinders, right?
No thinking involved.
You're like, why the fuck can't you just do that normally? Right?
They got too much time to think about it in between, I think.
I honestly think that's what it is. I honestly think that's what that is. Yeah.
Okay.
Just instinct. Go.
Because normally, because you're so rushed, you have to concentrate more.
Yep.
On those 2-minute drills. You know what I mean?
And Raiola, he said he blacked out on that last throw. He said, I blacked out. I don't even know. He goes, I threw it.
Shit.
Did you hear that in the presser? He said
I did not. I did not hear that part.
He said, I blacked out. And I just looked up and I saw a one hand just grabbing it. And I was like, are you fucking shitting me? Oh my God.
It is funny. If you go back and look at the replay of that in slow motion from the pylon camera on the goal line, as it pans away from Raiola, you could see him kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't quite sure if he put it where it needed to be. So, he probably didn't fucking see it.
Oh, it's sorry to bring up my movie reference into it, but now we go back to old school. I blacked out. How'd I do?
That's it.
Oh God, that's a great fucking movie too. Oh my God. Oh, see, this is fun. This is why I like doing this shit. You know, when you get somebody on that just knows the references, they got them themselves, shit just kind of clicks. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kenny, you get it all the time when you've got former teammates on with you, man. You guys just kind of fall right back into shit you've been talking about for 20, 30 fucking years. It don't matter to you guys.
A whole bunch of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculousness.
But I think that's what brings, like, that's what keeps that brotherhood alive all the time. Like we were talking about. But I think that's what makes Nebraska fans so special is because we can all either celebrate or commiserate together, right?
Yep.
That's exactly it.
It's universal.
Are not
it's
short.
Universal.
Our memory is not short. We have very long memories.
Well, luckily, I don't think we have to talk about the defense too much. I mean, we saw what happened. They showed up when they needed to show up. I mean, they didn't get any turnovers. So, I mean, that's even more of a testament to getting this win, having 3 interceptions and it going for 17 points to the opponent. And we don't get anything in order to turn that around to even that out. And we still get out with the W. So I'm down with the defense. I knew there was going to be a game where a quarterback was going to light it up a little bit. And I knew they were going to get tested, but I'm very, very, very happy with how they performed, especially in that second half, starting to get some more pressure on Malik Williams. And I don't think we got any Washington. Right? Sorry. Yep. You're right. Washington. I don't think we got any sacks, but I mean, did we get the one? Because I want to say, wasn't that a quarterback draw we got him on?
Maybe. Okay.
Where we dropped him. I don't know if this thing shows the damn sacks. Of course it doesn't.
I thought we had one, but that might have.
I'll take it. Screw it. I'll take it. We had one. If we got one in the stat column, that means y'all can go to McDonald's, get your Big Mac sack. Yeah. You get your buy one get one free Big Mac. So there you go. So as far as the defense goes, I'm happy. You know, we got out of there with a win. That is a Big Ten road win. We have not fared too well in those as of late. So it's always good to get one. I don't care how we get it. And we go 5-1. Be really surprised if we're not ranked. I mean, come on.
We are.
Thank God. Okay. Are the rankings out? I didn't look before we started. Where are we at? Are we 20, 25? All right. We're in. Sweet Jesus.
Shit, they need to build a statue.
I was so pissed after last week, you guys, when I'm like, what the fuck is this? All the teams that are receiving votes, and Cincinnati had like 20
they were in front of us. Yeah,
that was crazy. Those motherfuckers. Who are these voters? Like, who is this?
You'd love to meet him sometime. You really would.
Damn.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I was Cincinnati ahead of us, and we beat them.
Yeah. No, we clocked in at 25. Ooh. It'll be interesting. I mean, for a lot of these games, especially when you look at a game like HCU, and we couldn't get things done in the red zone against HCU. And I remember saying on our show that time, this shit is not going to fly in the Big Ten. This is not going to work against a Michigan team.
I remember you saying that. I was watching that episode.
Yeah, and then on the other side of the ball, the defense had so much swagger in those games, right?
Yeah.
So much swagger. And then I feel like we were exposed this weekend quite a bit. We pulled out the win and stuff, and we were able to shore things up in the second half, but I feel like we were exposed. And so what's interesting to me when you're heading into a game against UCLA, which I wouldn't have normally worried about, but they just had two really bizarre wins. And
yeah, that's flip-flop. Now we worry about UCLA and not so worried about Penn State.
Right, exactly. And then you still have USC, who looked really good last night.
Yes, they did.
And you still have Iowa. I mean, that just
Iowa's Iowa.
Iowa's Iowa, but they also just blanked Wisconsin. So
yeah.
Okay, where does that fall?
Anybody know the last time Wisconsin was blanked at home?
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
what makes it interesting from a defensive standpoint, because the defense has kept us in these games.
Yes.
Right? When our offense hasn't been able to get that shit done inside the red zone, it's the defense that's been keeping us in the games, and our special teams. Thank God we shored that fucking shit up.
Woo!
But the defense has been keeping us in it. So to see how we played last night, it's just interesting heading into these games that I wasn't worried about, and now I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna have to make sure my Xanax is on a permanent refill. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Just they sell these medication dispensers on Amazon that you can set time on that it'll just drop what you need at a certain time.
Appreciate it.
Classic.
Yep, just set it on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
So, and before we get ready to get out of here, I had to say one thing about I think it's God, please tell me I get the first name right. Is it Kenneth Williams? The young man that had that kick return?
Yes.
Okay.
For the two returns?
Yes.
Is it Kenneth?
I want to say it's Kenneth. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay,
Shit.
well, I can't. I know it's Williams, so we'll just go.
I do know it's number 32, Williams. We know that. We know that so far. But that young man got the best news any school athlete could get at any point in time when they're not on scholarship.
What a cool video.
It was. Kenny, I don't know if you've seen it yet. Man, this young man got put on scholarship in the locker room after the game by our AD, Troy Dannon.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
They brought him up. He had those two critical returns, and Dannon. I loved what Rule said first. Rule started by saying,
yes,
I don't ever want to make this about one person because it's a team effort. I don't ever want to make this about one person. But I also got to give credit where some credit's due. And then brought Dannon up, and then Dannon brought Williams up, and he's like, hey, man, I heard that you're not on scholarship. And he's like, no, sir. And he goes, you are now.
Yeah. I like how quick Dannon did it.
Shit. I was literally crying. Like,
I like how Dannon did it. It was real quick. It was right to the point. He's like, I ain't going to fuck with you, son. You got it. You're on scholarship.
It was cool.
And man, to see the team lose their shit like that and be that happy for him and everything. I mean, you could really tell. Like I said earlier, when this, just like last week, this was a game we would have found a way to lose in the past.
100%.
This is a team that's turned a corner, and we're seeing a Kenny. We're once again seeing a brotherhood, man. Yeah. I'm not so sure it was quite like that in this recent past.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It reminds me of the 90s brotherhood when they're playing for each other, with each other, for each other, and it's not necessarily about the entity, right, or the business of Nebraska football, or even the state. Really, it's with each other, for each other.
Yep.
And seeing them believe it themselves makes it so much more special as a fan to watch too, because you're starting to turn that corner a little bit as a fan too, where you're like, they can still do this. They can do this.
Yes.
We have the weapons to do this. We can do this. And I will die on the hill saying Nebraska fans are the best fans in college football. You will never change my mind. Having been to Colorado, having been to Mizzou, having been to Oklahoma, having been to Wisconsin and been spit on and been grabbed at. And Nebraska fans are so special that our team left the fucking locker room yesterday and came back out to the field to thank our fans for being there because we made it feel like a home game for them. Mm-hmm. And that was a difference maker in the game.
Something like over 10,000 fans made it to that game.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the farthest trip we might have as Husker fans.
Yeah.
It's either that or possibly USC or UCLA.
Yeah.
It's one way or the other because fuck, we're right smack dab in the middle of the damn map. So
yeah.
Could be an equal fucking way both ways for all I know. Shit. I ain't got a damn clue.
I think there was just a lot of really special Nebraska traditions and love and respect and values on display last night, not just for the team and their brotherhood, but for the state, for our fans, for recruits. And I think that that's reflected in us showing up in the top 25 this week. Now, I personally would have liked us to maybe not been in the top 25 this week because I think it makes us hungry. I really do.
Keeps that chip on your shoulder.
I think it gives us a chip on our shoulder. I really do.
Yeah, I kind of would have been okay with it because it would, if it's going to piss me off as a fan to not be ranked after being 5-1, imagine 100%. How that team's going to feel.
100%.
And to see the team you beat ranked.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That'd be the bullshit right there.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to do Husker social media this week. I pulled some, but I did want to show just one of them because I thought this was funny as hell, and it's from a great account over on X. If you guys get a chance, go follow it. It's just the black shirts, BOV black shirts, and it just says, "So what's it like being a Nebraska fan?" And underneath is the graphic from ESPN of win probability.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if anybody's watching this right now, you will understand that is a perfect representation of what every single game as a Husker fan fucking feels like.
Yeah.
Normally, at the far right of that graph, it's not quite at 100% for us.
No.
So,
right down there in about the third. Wait, put that back up. Right down there in about the third, in between there. That's where the Xanax comes out. And then
there you go, Kelly. Here is a graph to let you point out exactly when you needed to take that.
Yes. Right about there is right where I needed my 25 mgs, right there. What's ironic too is that graph also simulates Nebraska weather.
Yes, it does. To a fucking T.
Coincidence?
Just to a T. No, not at all.
Not
a coincidence at all. So, black shirts over on X. Thank you for that, man. That was an awesome tweet. I love that. So, last thing I need to get to is, of course, our field generals of the week, which, of course, that's our players of the week. So, offense and defense, the great thing for this is the only thing I had to change about the pictures was it had to be pictures from the game. So, it's the same as last week, and this is a first for us. We've never had two players go 2 weeks in a row getting it. On defense, we got Vincent Shavers Jr., and on offense, of course, it's Emmett Johnson.
Yeah.
So
Shavers was a little banged up there. He got a little banged up. I was worried for him.
So was I. The way he was kind of limping coming off the field, I was like, oh, shit, that doesn't look good. But then he came back out and continued to make plays the rest of the game, and I was like, yes, you got it, young man. You're flying around like a guy with his head on fire right now, and you're lighting it up. I can't be more proud of him. I love talking with his dad on Twitter once in a while, just kind of going back and forth in conversation. And his dad's a wonderful man too. He loves promoting everything his son does, and he loves to react and comment back to when people are talking about his son as well. So it's just an amazing job there by Junior. The last 2 weeks, he has gone fucking ballistic on people, and I'm here for it.
I really am liking our secondary. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
They look good.
Really, they look good.
They look so good.
Yeah.
So damn good.
Yeah, for sure.
Couldn't be more happy with them right now.
Yeah.
All right. So we've reached the 1:05 mark. I try to keep it around here now for our producer, Brock. It's just a more polite thing to do. Because, God, Mondays, I can't even imagine what that poor man's got to do. We're not the only podcast.
This is what I'm not putting out a job application on your own show, but this is what I need for my show because I'm doing it on top of doing the show and my job. I feel like I need a production coordinator.
Yeah, I used to do it. I did it all the way up until we signed with Herdat last year.
Yeah.
So it was me doing all the editing, putting in all the graphics, the video clips, the highlights. I would spend a solid
day,
almost 12 hours probably, just for a stupid hour-long video.
Yeah, I know.
Spend 2 hours looking for a stupid 5-second clip that I think is perfect for right here.
Yeah. No, I get it. And that's why I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, and I got a 3-year-old upstairs too. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah. So she's fine. She's perfectly indoctrinated as well.
Perfect.
She always says, "Mommy, you're wearing your Go Big Reds." And I said, "Yes, I am."
That is good parenting.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
That is damn good parenting right there.
Thank you. Well, and if you watched Friday's show, our 20-year-old was on. He's been my guest twice. He loves when he comes back from college. He's like, "Have you recorded the show yet? I really want to be on." And I love having him on.
Yeah, you can see he really enjoys being on. Like, he got a smile on his face the whole time. He's just loving life.
It's so funny because last week when we were not playing well, and it was in the middle of one of his tournaments. He was pretty hangry, which is never good for him. And I'm like, bro, you got to dial back the negativity right now. And he's like, what are you talking about? This is the exact same shit that you do. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Called you on your own stuff.
Yeah.
It's
when
the
kids are right, they're right.
I taught you all of this.
Yeah. I got to do it with my kids. Our son is 22, our daughter's 21, and it's just now when they're like, "No, Dad," I'm like, "Oh shit, you're right. Fuck."
Oh, you get it. Yeah, we got a 22, a 20, and a 3-year-old.
Oh, good Lord, you spaced that last one out, didn't y'all? Whoo!
Yeah.
Damn. I bet the husband thought y'all were done, and then he got that surprise.
Well, it wasn't a surprise.
Good.
So it wasn't a surprise. We had to go through IVF to have Emmett.
Oh wow!
So it was a choice.
Well, congratulations then. That means you guys wanted that. That's awesome. Damn.
Well, she's our only one together. Their boys are my stepsons. I've been with them since they were 2 and 3 years old. So
then you got the whole experience.
Yeah. So
exactly.
So Amelia is our one together. But we had to go through IVF to have her. But that's why the gap is there.
I'll tell you, there's no way at me and my wife's age. I know we're not old by any means.
I'm 42, dude.
Exactly. My wife's 42. I'm 43. So it's just, there's no way I'm going through that again.
And he will be 51.
Oh my God. You give that man a high five.
And she said aging herself like she was old. And
she don't give a shit. That's what I like. That's why I like Kelly, though. She don't give a flying fuck, dude. She's like, this is my age. I don't give a shit.
I don't.
You don't give a fuck. I'm 42.
Really
Go fuck yourself. That means I got 42 years of knowledge.
Literally. Yep.
All right.
I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Oh, Kelly, we know you do. We know you do.
That's when the two sides of my Gemini comes out.
I love it. Oh fuck! I wish Francisco could have made it back in.
Damn. I know. I think he was traveling though. He's a big Bucks fan, so there might have been something with that too. So
that's okay. Hey, our recruiting guru Matt, he is a diehard Colts fan as much as he is a Huskers fan. Mm-hmm. So if the Colts game is on while we're recording, you'll be able to tell because he's very fucking distracted. Oh yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed. I've been to the Colts. I've been to Lucas Oil twice, and most recently this last November, and I was there for the Eras tour with Taylor Swift. and just some of the nicest people at Lucas Oil. And I had a great time there. I also went to Empower. I've been to GEHA. I've been to Lambeau. I feel like I've been somewhere else. Anyway, Superdome. So
she's going everywhere. What is she, Auntie Traveling Kells off Fraggle Rock or something? She's going everywhere.
You seriously just pulled a Fraggle Rock reference?
He did.
Holy, you know how many people are not going to understand that are listening?
If you're old school, all I have to say is, dear nephew Goebel. And everyone knows where that's going from there on. It's a story about outer space. That's where we're going with that.
Well, you got a Gen X on here with 2 millennials. So I appreciate it. I like it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Talking about Goebel.
Great. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, Kelly, I can't thank you enough. This has been a fucking blast. God damn. Yeah, if you guys get the chance, we would love to be on with you guys sometime.
I will.
We'll give you guys as much as we fucking can. That's for sure. Just whenever it is, just make sure it's late enough in the evening that Kenny can be on because he's in Arizona. So he's got that damn time difference.
Time difference. My mom is in Arizona, so I get it.
Ooh. Yeah. There you go. See, why does everybody have connections to Arizona?
You know, it's
because
funny. I was
talking to Claudius
about that. Claudius Wright and I were talking about that because he went to so Sierra transferred in from USC, so that's going to be an interesting game for him. Not to bring the show.
Nope, keep going.
So Claudius went to Arizona. He played for Arizona, and that's how him and so Toby lives in Arizona now too.
Mm-hmm.
And so. It's just interesting the connections that all seem to lead back to either Nebraska or Arizona. But that's also why Nebraska or Arizonans for Nebraska is such a huge group out there too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I loved about Vegas.
It's weather. It's you come from that to here, and people fall in love with the weather. Sometimes some people don't because it's too hot for them, but then some come out here and they're like, okay, I can go back to the cold. I can go back and see the seasons, but I think it's almost like 360 outside of having water. Only other place I would do was like a San Diego.
St. Diego.
But you know what I mean? It's just
which of course we know is Spanish for a whale's vagina.
No, not Spanish. It's not Spanish. It's
what is it? German for a whale's vagina.
A whale's vagina.
That's a big one.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for getting me on that one. I haven't seen it in forever. Thought it was Spanish. Say Jesus. Oh God. All right, guys, we're gonna go. We need to get the hell out of here. That's it. That the whale's vagina. It's time to get the hell out.
You're not going anywhere after that.
No. I don't think there's anywhere to go after bringing up a whale's vagina because 60% of the time it gets you off the air every time.
That Sex Panther.
It is. Gotta love Sex Panther.
Yeah. And you got to end with the cat growl. We already talked about this.
Oh God,
cat growl.
That's one of the sound effects that I wish they would add over here on StreamYard. They've got some, just stupid ones like that. But if they could have had that, that'd have been perfect. So, oh well, shit happens. This has been a perfect show for me. I don't care. All right, so guys,
thank you guys so much for having me. I love you both, and I love your show, and I'm just honored to be here, and I can't wait to have you guys on our show, and we'll do this again.
Let's set it up.
Yes, thank you so much, Kelly. So, guys, you know where to find the show. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like and subscribe. You get a chance, hop over to shop.herdatsports.com. Check out the merch, get enlisted, and I just gotta say thank you to Kelly. I'm sorry Francisco couldn't stick around for the whole thing, but we'll have you guys on again in the near future, I'm sure, and we'll make sure that he's here for the whole damn thing. So Kelly, I can't thank you enough. This has been a blast, guys. Kelly from Big Red Gets Real Podcast and Francisco over there. Thank you guys so much. So for our guests, Kelly and Francisco, who is off in the nether realm somewhere right now, and of course, Mr. Kenny Cheatham, former Husker wide receiver and multi-time national champ. And I guess myself, Brian Knutzen. This is it for us, everybody. Last thing to do, Husker Nation, Husker Army. You know what to do. At ease. You are all dismissed.
Hey, Kelly, put some ketchup on that hot dog and try it.
Oh, God, gross.
A Herd at Sports Network production.